so something like
I
that.
think it's a bit less than that, but yeah, it's still significant. If you really want to be clever, you can go peek at their individual streams.
No spoil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks like it is like a... Almost looks like it's almost a minute delay, because Remy's at like a minute into the run so far, so... Alright, so...
Alright. And so, of course, like any good Metroid Prime race, space jump first.
Yep.
And we got the good item.
Yep. Always good to start with missiles. Just, this is the only place you ever really want to see missiles in the game.
You want a couple more, but...
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like we're having some,
sinking.
Yeah.
Anyways, with missiles are the best thing, well, second best thing to find in Alcove, because it lets you go check Artifact Temple and Root Cave Tunnel before going into Chozo. The best thing to find is Morph Ball into missiles, which also means you're getting Space Jump very early.
Yeah. Because keep in mind, Space Jump First is technically out of logic with the rule set we have. So while everyone does it first off, it is not required to do according to the seed. The seed assumes that your first check will always be Hive Mecha.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably going to be explaining a lot of stuff in this race, just because I imagine there's probably a lot of new viewers to the tournament who haven't seen the weekly races before. And we're getting our artifacts right now.
Fungal Hall access, okay.
Oh boy, that's a good start.
Oh, cargo freight lift deck gamma.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
MQA. Oh boy.
I mean, that's not so bad considering they already have Fungal Hall access.
Yeah. Training chamber access. That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, Training Chamber can still be very annoying for runners who don't know. This seed and lower mine! Damn it, Diggle!
Dang it, this is SpeedGaming. But yeah, I made this.
Yeah, why did we think letting Diggle be the TO and generate all the seeds was a good idea?
This is a good start to the tournament.
Define good.
I mean, suffering, that's good.
Yeah, true. This is certainly going to have a lot of suffering in it.
So, PCA in particular is awful because that is behind Omega Pirate. And Omega Pirate, hard requires X-Ray. It is the only hard requirement in the game for a visor. You can skip visors literally everywhere else. For thermal and X-ray.
Yeah. But for some reason, the hitbox of Omega Pirate just doesn't show up unless you have X-ray visor.
It's very peculiar.
I'd say it's probably because you can kind of tell where Omega Pirate is anyway without X-ray visor, so otherwise there would be really not much point in having X-ray visor for Omega Pirate, but...
Oh, are we not checking Root Cave Tunnel?
Ooh. That's an interesting play. Maybe he's thinking he's gonna come back after a Wave Beam.
Well...
oh boy, that's gonna bite him.
Yeah, well. It happens. Maybe they're hoping to come back with Morph Ball.
Yeah, because we did see Wave Beam wasn't landing site.
Yeah. What is that? We have bad resolution on the commentary screen.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to tell. It looked like it might have... No, it couldn't be Boost Ball. No.
Never mind. I guess I was just blind.
An E-Tank on Grapple Edge. Right, that is in logic with Space Jump where it is once they get their first actual missiles. By the way, so if you remember last year's tournament, there were no tricks in the tournament. This year there are a few. They're all very straightforward and I guess easy is the word to make the tournament as accessible as possible. One of the tricks is all space or main plaza items with just Space Jump. Like that up there, that missile, you can get that with space jump very easily. Grapple edge, you can get that.
That's probably the hardest trick I'd say that's in logic, because getting the grapple edge item can be decently tricky, but
it can be finicky sometimes.
Yeah,
a very precise L jump or a little less precise of an R jump.
Yeah.
Or a dash.
But it's still very much on the easier side of the tricks.
Oh yeah. There is no out of bounds with no morph ball in this seed. Is that spider? No, it's a suit.
I think that's... Oh, yeah. That's very up, which is always nice to have in vanilla elevators. Where Magmore is a giant block to your progression.
Yep. Speaking of which, I look forward to the first Gentleman's Agreement race, whatever that, or the Random Elevators race, I should say.
Yep, because a lot of people are,
By default, elevators are vanilla, but you can agree to run random elevators, and suddenly, who knows where Varia is? Powerbomb. They still don't have Morph Ball, so it must be vanilla. Oh, no. There's some space jump checks you can make. No, I think it has to be vanilla. No, wait, with Varia.
Oh, yeah, could be down.
Oh, that was Morph Ball.
Oh!
Wow.
Never mind, we're both just blind.
Okay, then that's an interesting place for a Morph Ball. I don't think I've seen that before.
Yeah, true. We were all just speculating about where Morph Ball was, but turns out we'd already seen it.
And Elias showing off some nice animal collision to get this item. This is actually in logic, climbing this room without space jump.
Yeah, it's a very simple trick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, space jump first was declared too difficult for the tricks. That's the bar we've set, basically. I personally disagree. I think some of the main pause items are easier than space jump first, but meh, that's what was voted on. Or they're harder than space jump first. Whatever.
Oh, Captain raises a good point. What are the requirements to win? So you need to collect 6 artifacts to get into Artifact Temple, and only 6, not the 12 of the vanilla game. The other 6 have been placed with missiles, and you need, well, you need your stuff to fight final bosses, which is all beams and phazon suit, and space jump. Unless you hate yourself.
Or morphle bombs if you hate yourself. And are stupidly lucky to have managed to grab all 6 artifacts without space jump.
It's possible. Max percent NSA is a category.
Yep.
And it's 99%. And you could get space jump anyway without space jump, as we've demonstrated.
Yep. Looks like Remy is going back for his space jump. Or, well, he doesn't know it's his space jump, but we know it, and it's still a good decision.
And there we go.
Yep.
As for other rules of the tournament, let me pull up the rules document. Space She-Boots, yep. They're like the best item in this game.
Yeah, there's just... They let you do so much.
And go so fast.
And it's not all like just places that the devs assume, just because quite a lot of the advanced movement techniques in this game rely on having space jump to let you do that. Like, there's only like a few dashes that you can really do without space jump, but there's dozens of them with space jump.
And it just lets you do nice and fast dashes in a lot of these rooms.
Yep. And just lets you skip some of the platforming early on.
Yep.
And later on, if you're good. As we know, there's going to be quite a bit of lower mines in this seed.
Yep. God, they need to get X-ray for this nonsense.
Yeah. This is going to be quite the start to the tournament.
I should also mention, they're starting with Charge Beam. You probably already noticed that, but... Yeah, last tournament we had Space Jump always vanilla.
Or Charge Beam always vanilla.
Charge Beam, yeah. Whoops. This tournament we're just starting with it.
Yeah, that's what the community voted on.
Well, really, it was the there wasn't actually a question on the poll for this tournament, but when people were doing the poll for the weekly races, it was like nearly unanimous. So it's like,
I don't think it was
significant.
nearly unanimous,
It
but
was pretty significant from what I
yeah, it was
remember.
a very clear majority.
No one really.
I personally I'm personally that mad lad who likes shuffling it, albeit with multiple copies. I have it replaced the nothings, but hey, some people, they're allowed to have bad taste.
I don't know. I don't really like doing ghosts with no charge forever.
True.
It was 80%. Yeah, that's pretty good then. So Elias is about to go into this room that is called Dynamo. I definitely didn't have to remember for a moment. It is a slightly obnoxious room. The first check is free, but if you don't have Spider Ball, you might want to pick. Oh, thermal.
Thermal. Oof.
Well, that was almost one thing made very straightforward. Remy going into town again.
Yep. Very interesting to see that there's been a lot of route divergence early on.
Remy did not get Wave Beam. I suspect that's what they're going back for.
Makes sense. And we see Spider Ball.
Oh, that's a interesting place for that. A fine place for that, I guess.
Yeah.
So this is... Yeah, you're supposed to have Gravity Suit for this, but you can just do a slope jump to get to it. And when you're underwater, slope jumps give you so much height. Of course, you're still taking damage. And Elias does not have enough time to make another attempt.
Yeah.
So he need to go back and save.
Yep. Worth noting that, according to logic, you need Gravity Suit for this. You do not need to have killed Flogger for this, as with 0 tricks, it's assumed that you need to beat Flogger to get rid of the acid water, but that is one trick we have enabled that you are allowed to damage boost through.
Yeah. Hey. More fall bombs in workstation.
Oh boy, that sounds like content.
Yeah, they would need Gravity Suit still to get that Spider Ball, but it's for that to be in logic, but...
Or, if we've got a really fun seed, more spell bombs and Biohazard.
Gravity doesn't matter for that mop. You just damage boosting through it in general is the trick. The game still expects you to have gravity though.
Yeah.
Remy about to do Arbor Chamber without bombs.
Ooh, that's very interesting because it's very easy to get yourself soft locked with this.
If you practice it, it's not terrible. But yeah, I'm surprised we're already seeing this. That said, when I do this without bombs, I look to a certain point. I turn out and look to a certain rock. That's my lineup.
All that effort with Elias, just for a missile.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But it could have been plasma.
Yep. Yeah, true. It's good to just get the worry out of your head so you don't have to come back and check it later.
Oh, Remy soft locked.
Oh no.
So there's a very narrow spot of standable, like literally standable terrain you can land on that's invisible. Here you would just bomb jump out to get out of it, but But Remy doesn't have bombs, so that's a reset.
Yeah. Looks like he's trying to finagle his way out of there, but I don't think it's gonna work. Do you think maybe he forgot he didn't have bombs and went for it anyway?
Remy did save that ship, and it's hard to tell. I haven't seen them do randomizer before, so...
True. There are a lot of new runners.
I couldn't really give...
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I couldn't give, Yeah, exactly what Mop said. You can wiggle out of this? Oh, okay.
Huh. Apparently, Remy knows more than we do on this. But regardless, this is probably going to give Elias a pretty big lead, as Arbor Chamber out of bounds is not in logic. It is by far the easiest out of bounds trick in the game, but it is still not in logic.
No, I found Super Zero in a race recently. I still lost that race because I routed terribly, but you can still make. That's the risk with out of bounds.
Yeah.
You do, or just tricks in general, really.
Yep.
This being one of the more extreme failure cases, of course.
Yep. Because Elias is going to have quite a lot of time to do whatever he wants without worrying about Remy catching up. Then again, he doesn't know about it, but it's going to give him pretty big time lead.
And Remy disreset.
Yeah. Can't say I blame him for that.
Yeah.
Still, I respect the attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Being willing to just try that in your first ever race in the tournament, that takes some courage.
Yep. So the play is definitely Magmore. Without bombs, they can't do anything past Watery Hall and Gathering Halls specifically.
Yeah. And they also can't
so they could either
go.
They could either go into Lava Lake or the elevator Elias is heading towards now. This
Lava
elevator in Town Overworld is the better choice, or Elias is getting his wave beam. I think he'll be going to the other elevator here, though. Yep. If he's really feeling bold, he could go to the Lava Lake elevator for the one check.
Yeah. And then attempt to be a mad lad and get the power bomb drop through.
That's a fool's game, relying on the prime drop system to cooperate with you.
Yeah, especially power bomb drops, because for those not in the know, power bombs have a, I believe, 6% drop rate.
It's bad.
Yeah, either way, it's not good. So, relying on getting a power bomb for a puffer is just not fun, and it's not in logic to get one of those. It's assumed that you have 2 power bombs if you want to head through there with power bombs. Which, by the way,
I don't think that's even a thing in logic. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Fiery Shore. So going to the Fiery Shore side is a better play.
Yeah,
because you get like
about
at least 4 checks over there.
Yeah. There's a good view.
Oh, alright, you can get over here now. So what Remy is doing is not in logic, but Tower Chamber is in logic. Actually, Remy, this might be in logic.
No,
probably
he would need gravity
missiles.
suit to go get super, he doesn't have boost ball either. Oh, wait,
No, climbing this term's in logic without,
Yeah, but you would need gravity to get Spider Ball. So, this is out of logic for now.
No, I'm saying that this room, climbing this room is in logic without,
Yeah, climbing this room, but being here in the first place is still out of logic.
No, I'm saying that this is in logic. Let me double check.
Yes, I know. Getting through and he gets pain power bombs.
Oh, good.
Yep. That could have quite a few implications for riding, because even though both the runners have a power bomb expansion.
Okay, I'm dumb and I don't know what tricks are in this tournament apparently, because that was not getting up this room was not in logic, or not Ruined Shrine. Am I missing a trick on this? I could have sworn. So each suit, the suits are not progressive except in terms of damage reduction. Each suit has its own functionality that doesn't get overwritten by the last.
Yeah, this is changed so that Varia isn't basically useless.
Yeah.
Although the damage reduction is progressive.
Mm-hmm.
It goes off the number of suits you have rather than do you just have Phazon. So with default suit reduction, it's if you find Phazon, you just get the 50% automatically. If with progressive, you still only get 12. And it looks like we are seeing some decently high level stuff. Remy is going for Magma Pool Dash. Well,
Ooh.
Elias is crossing. I believe that's.
He's going towards workstation. Yes.
Yep. Embraces the meme, and Remy is going to grab an artifact early. So normally you would need grapple beam to get that.
Yeah.
I was going in very different directions. Doesn't quite make the return dash, but there's a platform up there, so it doesn't really matter.
Yes, I'm just a moron. Climb rune trying without with space jump only is not in logic. I don't know why I thought that.
We live and learn.
And workstation is just a power bomb.
I mean, that still might be worth picking up because that could let him go to the other end of Lava Lake and just not deal with power bomb RNG. But it appears he has decided that it's not worth it. Remy is going to be cleaning up some of mid Chozo right now.
Fair enough.
It's been very interesting how different the runner's routing has been so early on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Normally,
Remy picked up main. Who picked up main PBs? I forgot.
I think Remy did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is some slight things, nuance we don't have with the tracker. We only track whether or not they have an expansion or power bombs in general, not do they have the main power bombs item.
A relevant distinction for Echoes, but not this game.
Yeah, because in Echoes it gives you main power bombs only gives you 2 power bombs, but here it gives you 4.
But also logical access is a big thing to a lot of checks. And that's not a thing in Prime 1 because there aren't nearly as many power bomb requirements in this game.
They're still quite useful though.
Oh, yeah, they are, but they're not as useful as they are in Echoes.
Yeah, Echoes loves power bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Power bombs and Spireball, I feel like are half the checks in Echoes, and I believe that's Ice Beam we have in Fiery Shores.
It sure is. Hey, guess what? Guess what's one item away from being in logic? Obligatory. Not that it really matters. Well, that's not true, because they still don't have bombs, and bombs could very easily be in frigate at this point.
Yep. Also worth noting that, despite the fact that one of the artifacts is in cargo freight lift, they don't actually really need gravity suit to get there, as it's actually dev intended for the player to be able to get all the way over to gravity freight lift without gravity suit. Without gravity suit.
It's terrible that it can be done. It's so terrible that it's not even in logic by default,
Yeah.
even though it's vanilla.
Yeah, it's fully dev intended, but no one wants to.
Yeah.
But if you want to be that guy that risks having your bombs in there every seed, go ahead.
Remy got the spider ball. We'll now be going back to Upper Dynamo.
Yep. For a very well-deserved missile.
Oh boy, so it seems like the progression item might actually be in Lava Lake. Which
Yeah.
is...
Unfortunate for Elias.
Oh, that's right. Cargo Freight Lift has an artifact, so they would need to find supers as well to have bombs in frigate.
Yeah.
You know where else bombs could be, though?
Where?
Rock Monster.
They could. They could. They do have access to Fendrana.
Oh, man.
This... Diggle, you outdid yourself for this deed.
I mean, we'll see where bombs actually are. But if it is in,
Yep.
And
it looks
Elias
like-
is going for the 6% drop rate. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Remy gets one of the guaranteed powerbomb drops off of the bats in this room. You might ask yourself, why do the bats in this room in the middle of nowhere in Chozo Ruins drop a powerbomb every time? And the answer is,
Thank you for the very insightful answer, Diggle, on this question. I'm sure this will give us much insight into the thought process of Retro.
nice powerbomb drop, by the way. Oh, nice! Nice! No 2 in there. Excellent. Just what you want to see.
I do think Triclops has a higher than average rate of powerbomb drop rates, because I know the crates there almost always
The Triclops and Fiery Shores are pretty likely to drop the stuff, but hey, Elias, please don't go into the elevator.
Yeah, because this is a very easy way
Okay,
to
we're
get
fine, we're
soft-locked.
fine.
I think you
Yeah.
are actually a few seconds ahead of me, because
I think so, yeah.
I'll pause and restart the video.
And yes, Mop, I did generate all the seeds for the first round except my match. Bash is generating that one.
What could possibly go wrong with letting Diggle generate all the seeds?
What?
I heard nothing.
And Remy is about to go into Lava Lake. I assume that's what they're going for.
I mean, I don't know anywhere else they could go aside from Rock Monster.
Lava Lake is the last check, I think, before Rock Monster.
Yep. Although worth noting that I think they could just leave the other side and just have access to the rest of Phendrana. I don't think they strictly need to go fight Thardus.
Yeah, that is right. You could have bombs in labs somewhere.
Yep. Because I believe in 2.0 it was actually remove the option to disallow bombs in reverse Phendrana was removed.
Yeah, that's correct. That was removed none.
Yeah. I think that was just because... Honestly, I'm not entirely sure why that was ever a thing. I think it's just because of how easy it is to get soft-locked in the front of Phendrana. With that Magmor over there.
Maybe. And Lava Lake is...
Gravity... Oh!
Oh god.
Wait, never mind. It could be in Hydro... Oh wait, never mind. Hydroax.
No, you need bombs for that. No, it's literally, you have to go defend... Oh my goodness.
Oh boy, this is some quality content.
I made this.
You did make this. By the end of this tournament, it's not going to be the runners versus each other. It's going to be the runners versus Diggle.
Oh no. They would have to find Super's Mop, but it could still be Biohazard, yes.
Yep, so theoretically, they could have to go all the way into Phendrana for Supers, then head all the way back to Biohazard for their bombs.
God.
Oh, this is great!
That is correct, AeroRazor. There is nothing left outside of Phendrana.
Yep. Be afraid, AeroRazor. Be very afraid.
Thermal is required for Thardus, yes, which they found already.
Yep. So Thardus is in logic.
The most painful Thardus, because Thardus is not terrible if you have bombs and or plasma or thermal. Like any combination of those three items makes it bearable. Like they have thermal, which makes it
There's
at
also
least
power bombs,
tolerable.
which makes it good.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
So they can basically skip some of the first third of the fight and the entire last third, so shouldn't be too bad. Although Elias does not have main power bombs, although he is going to be getting them
He's gonna
soon.
get them, yeah.
Oof.
I do like these terrible bomb locations. It's kind of nice,
Yep, add some
even as
flavor.
it's cursed. But
Yeah, just because bombs are so essential to the game that there's a lot of places locked off without them, and it really changes the way you play the game. Mostly just
Yeah.
because you're thinking, please don't get soft locked, please don't get soft locked,
Yeah,
please don't get soft locked.
You can please don't get soft locked. Remy, don't use a power bomb here. They know. Excellent.
Yep. Good job, runners. I remember once I was doing a seed with 2 other people, and bombs were in some stupid place, and we all got soft locked.
I was one of those people.
Oh yeah, true.
I think I soft locked in waste disposal by ore processing in mines.
Oh yeah, I think that's where I soft locked too. But I think it was Yumi and Pyro, and yeah, basically we all soft locked within 5 minutes in different locations of each other. It was hilarious.
Yeah. No, wait. No, I think I dropped down into.
Yeah, you were in the firing squad, I think.
Yeah, I dropped. No, yeah, I dropped down into the morphball tunnel below the firing squad.
Yes.
Oops.
The firing squad is the room full of turrets right after where you normally get main power bombs.
Yep.
Yes, that is true, Princess Yang. Thardus was originally designed to be the boss of Magmore Caverns. However, at some point during development, it was shifted to be the boss of Phendrana Drifts, as the old boss ended up getting cut.
I heard there were 2 versions of. You were supposed to originally intended to fight 2 versions of Thardus, Fire Rock and Ice Rock, and Ice Rock is the only one that's remaining. You would have. It's theorized that you would have fought the other version somewhere near workstation where there's an obvious spot where like there's a morphball tunnel that's been closed off or something like that.
I know we do have the concept art, but I did not know that we were originally intended to fight Thardus twice. Thankfully,
I might be misremembering. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. We do know it was definitely originally intended to be in Magmore. So, that at the obvious bomb locations, morphball tunnel location still checks out. And Remy has figured out the routing of this cruel seed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I just realized mine's in logic as well. Because they have power bombs to open that door. This seed is wide open and none of it involves bombs.
At least Elias picked up main power bombs here.
Yep. Worth noting that seeds are not guaranteed to be 100% completable. Just
I think that's
finishable
only
in general.
that's only for echoes, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think I remembered somewhere that it is possible for items to be unobtainable if they're not necessary.
I'm pretty certain that's only an echoes thing. I've never had that with Prime.
Yeah, it's rare, but yeah.
Bombs and security access A. That would be awful. You would have to go in through back of mines and go all the way through. I don't think that's.
Yeah,
oh,
no.
yeah, you know that's possible. Yeah, you go in all the way through all the way up through mines, 2 upper mines. You need boost to find boost ball at some point to get boost through the Oh, okay, that doesn't actually work. All right, crisis averted.
Yeah. No, but
that boost clip is not in logic.
Good.
Yep.
There's also the fact that I don't think. Oh wait, never mind that. Security access is not behind the barrier, but that the barrier was changed to be scannable from both sides in the most recent patch. We're not using it quite yet, mostly just because we want to just test it.
It literally came out yesterday.
Yeah.
And the round started yesterday.
Yeah. We just want to make sure there's not any major bugs with it before that, and we don't want to have to regen all the seeds. Or we do want to regen all the seeds, depending on whose perspective you're looking from.
It's not hard to generate seeds. Like, if you're not asking for a lot of gentlemen's agreements.
Yeah.
True, grapple could be required here, but maybe that's what you get off of Thardus, so it's all fair enough. I would still check Thardus first, but this is fine.
Checking Thardus I feel like checking Thardus is almost never the optimal method of play, but it's the method of play you do when you're terrified. Because, yeah, sure, it's not often that Thardus has something, but what if he does?
If you have enough items and are good enough with the fight, I feel like it might be better to go through there. Like, you end up at the Fendrana Depths elevator, and first, ooh, Remy just made Frozen Head on a Pike miserable. That turned on a layer with removing all the wildlife and adding to flying pirates.
Oof.
But yeah, I feel like if you're good enough at Thardus and have enough items, almost. Thardus might actually be faster than doing reverse labs if you haven't done anything in reverse labs. But that's if you just need to go through point A to point B really fast.
Yeah,
still no bombs, Interslice. Still no bombs.
Yeah, there's definitely some routing points at which point Thardus definitely becomes optimal, especially if you've got like, especially in random elevators where the other Fendrana elevator can be off in the middle of nowhere.
Yep. Not only do we have no bombs, but Thardus looks like the play.
I mean, there's still the entirety of labs.
Yeah, but we know that's too easy for the seed.
Yep, this is true. This seed was generated by Diggle. You're probably gonna want to start running by the time that they finish this seed, Diggle.
It's fine. I've gotten good at running. Oh yeah, this weekend is really busy for matches. There's gonna be like 5 races tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then a couple more on Monday. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what's that in Research Corps? I missed it. It didn't look important.
Yeah. If runners aren't scanning some
ABs? Okay.
Yeah.
Remy continuing to put off Thardus, fair enough. But man, Remy's gonna feel so bad if bombs aren't here and supers are also not here.
Yep.
Because
then you'd have to go all the way back through lab.
Yep.
And also, what if bombs were in mines?
I mean, yeah, that would make it feel worse, but I feel like it's not appreciably worse. That's 5 missiles. What's the other Research Corps item, or Aether item? Also missiles.
Yep. Worth noting that at this point, I think they are coming up to a point where they will be, if they go any further in Fendrana, they will be heading out of logic. As, I believe you need, or, because I believe there's point of no returns and observatory requires boost spell to come back through.
Yeah.
Then again, the logic with point of no returns can be a bit iffy in some places, so
yeah,
that might not be a logic might expect them by. Yeah.
Elias also putting off Thardus. But he is going to get these missiles.
Yep.
Oh yeah, control tower is what you have to not do, because that's a soft block.
Control tower is another soft block. Yep. Now the optimal strategy for Remy on this part? Do nothing! And just leave quietly without angering the Metroid.
Yeah, if you break the cage there, you probably lock the door. I know I've locked the door in there before, after watching that cutscene from Reverse. Yep. Oh, Elias.
Oh no. Vertical rooms are very punched. Oh no, Remy's going for the control tower. Oh no! Not quite sure what he's doing here.
Maybe they're farming for power bombs? Okay, they remembered. I'm gonna blame any % muscle memory.
Yep. Oh, looks like he
Remy went for reverse control tower skip, but walked off. What you have to do there is sort of hold L and jump until you fall down. so you can just fall straight down. If you walk off it, you get a little bit of horizontal distance, and that's enough.
Yeah, it's a very weird trigger if you ever take a look at it in PWE.
Yeah,
Basically like a vertical tube around the door.
not a very tall one, but
Yeah. I mean, it is decently tall. There's like the gap above the door that you can jump around to get through it.
right.
Now Remy gets to deal with the wonderful delights that is
9 pirates.
Yep.
Oh, this still works in Trilogy. Nice.
Yeah, Retro fixed a lot of Prime 1's tricks when they re-released it in Trilogy, unfortunately.
And also when they re-released it or made new versions.
Yeah,
on
or even
GameCube.
just ported it to other regions.
Or even in the same region.
Yeah. It is unfortunate, because honestly, I feel like so many of these tricks just make the game better.
Yeah.
Like, especially considering, like, just the going out of what the game intends you to do and breaking the sequence is such an integral part of Super Metroid. Fits really well to be able to do a lot of this stuff in Prime.
I don't know, it's just some developers. I feel
Yeah,
actually,
Nintendo in general.
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. I don't have anything to back that up. That Hunter Metroid is actually removed in later releases, Princess Yang. So, yeah.
Yeah. It was removed for breaking lore reasons, although I personally disagree considering the pirates were explicitly breeding Metroids and Phendrana. Yeah, it's not gonna live long, but it still makes sense for it to be there.
If only they had X-Ray and or Supers.
Yep.
Mostly X-Ray though for later, and then and then hope this is nothing.
I think it's also the reason they put it there in first place is just because they wanted to introduce Hunter Metroids before the last stage of the game. Because otherwise you wouldn't meet them until Lower Mines. At that point, they're really not in the game much.
Yeah. Very lucky when main PBs are in Hydra. Yeah, but then your main PBs are in Hydra, and you just have to hope expansions get you there. You don't... It's like, you don't need, like... The thing, like, just having main power bombs is nice because it's 4 power bombs. Like, that's the big deal about main power bombs. And this game has a terrible power bomb drop system.
Yep. Because it's non-adaptive. No matter what, the drop rate is the same. Unlike in Echoes, where the drop rate adapts to what you need.
Meanwhile, Edward, please.
Yep.
There is a way to get Edward to behave pretty consistently. I don't think anyone knows why it works, it just kind of does. Okay, Edward did the thing.
Yep. I've heard a lot of disagreement about, like, what's the optimal way to manipulate Edward into smashing into the glass. Like, I've heard some people say, like, you inch slowly to the left, I've heard some people say you inch slowly to the right.
I hear that the best way is to just charge your shot or fire or something, and that makes Edward... that activates the aggression AI. Something like that.
Huh. It's like every other superstitious game trick. Some people say, like, oh, it does this thing, and the reality is we are all at the mercy of Edward.
It might be bombs on Thardus or progression on Thardus.
Yeah, because we are running out of checks because there's not that many checks you can do in early Phendrana without plasma. I think we're just Ice Ruins East that has the spider track so far.
And Wave.
Yeah, and Chapel of the Elders. So...
Bombs can't be in mine since Ice Beam was in Fiery Shores. Oh!
Ah, that's smart.
You can't do chapel without bombs, that's right. Oh yeah!
So, it's Ice Ruins East or Thardus?
Yeah, the pirate that breaks through the glass is named Edward, and I don't know why he's called Edward before you ask.
There's a lot of... We've named a lot of enemies in Prime.
Elias.
Elias, no!
Oh, he's trying to peek the item.
Oh. Elias, you're scaring
That's
us.
Supers in... Oh...
I mean... And it's Thardus time, baby! Jiggle, you cruel man.
Who has to reset Ninja Slice? Oh, I mean, that's not the end of the world. For me, just going back through labs. It sucks, but it's not the end, no moral.
Although he might not know how to do Observatory Dash, which can
I'd
be
be incredibly surprised if Remy didn't know that. Remy is one of the old school any percent runners. They actually made a tutorial, the beginner route video that's still really good, even though it's 5 years old.
Sorry, I don't know all of the I don't know all of the runners.
And Aaron says that Remy should know, or does know. And Remy probably just doesn't remember that he doesn't have bombs.
Yeah.
Like, or not even thinking about that he doesn't have bombs. Because I've done that too, where I don't have bombs and I come up here and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah, probably just going on autopilot doing checks.
Like, yeah, you take bombs for granted is the thing. And you don't realize how many places you actually need them until you can't. Usually you're already there, and you're mashing the bomb button when you realize that you can't.
Yep. Also, I just realized if Ice Beam is locked behind bombs, then that would theoretically mean, then yeah, that would have made sense that the runners should not have proceeded through Fendrana, as there's an Ice Beam door that they headed through. So theoretically, if our runners were, or at least smarter than us, and had omniscient game knowledge, they should have known that Thardus was the only way. Which just goes into the fact that figuring out the routing and the logic is very difficult. It's still something that people need to learn, and
It always is.
Yeah, making plays based on the logic it's always something tricky and something that people are always trying to learn, because it's very easy to forget about stuff like that, especially when you can just do basic tricks.
I know so many tricks, I don't even know what logic is anymore.
Yep. If anything, I feel like new runners kind of have an advantage with that.
Is X-ray logically required for PBC? It should be a point of no return, so... Yeah...
I think we should switch the music. Or switch the audio?
Remy's audio has been marked unusable, unfortunately.
Ah, that's why.
It might not have disabled their mic.
Yeah. Unfortunate. We are stuck with Elias and his Fendrana music for the entire race.
The problem more with climbing PPC is that you need bombs for that. And, oops!
Yep. Also, Remy just casually proving me wrong and doing flawless observatory dash on the first try. Shows how much I should say about our runners.
It is possible, Mop, but it's not logical. And therefore it's not really worth going there. It's very possible with just space jump. And it's not in logic, no. It's kinda dumb, honestly, sometimes. Both others routed the exact same way through Fendrana, basically, which is interesting.
Yep, I mean, Vendrana's a pretty linear area, so not that surprised.
Rock Monster.
True, Rock Monster. And this is why everyone hates Stardust. Because then you get seeds like this.
At least it's telegraphed.
Yeah, true. If you were smart enough. Smarter than the commentators. And it's our job to think about this stuff. Like I always say, it's a lot easier to do routing in the commentator's chair. Because you have a lot you need to be worrying about when you're racing this game.
Mm-hmm. I think Elias is confused.
He's just resetting.
Fair enough.
Yep. Because he didn't really find much in labs. So it looks like after all this time, we're gonna.
Oh, you're right. This is bookends from the last tournament. At the very last race of the last tournament, the grand finals, Stardust had plasma. Oh man, what a way to start this. What if we don't find bombs here? We just get plasma instead.
Yeah. And then they have to go all the way to the front of Fendrana to get super missiles, head back, and then I don't know, maybe bombs are in the tree route.
No, supers are in control tower, so supposedly.
No, they saw supers in ice ruins.
Oh, wow, I was looking at the wrong screen then. Wow, I'm dumb.
Yeah. And Remy is quickly checking quarantine monitor.
Non-logic, but it's free.
Yep. If you can do the dash.
Yeah.
Which he can.
Yep.
And Elias is... Oh no, he's going to mines!
Ooh.
That's hard.
What if there is a possibility that it was flamethrower in Ice Ruins East and everyone just mistook it? I know it's happened before.
Yeah, it seemed pretty yellow to me, but
fair enough. And, I mean, I wasn't looking at it, of course, because I was looking at Control Tower. This should be the only call in theory at this point.
Does look like Remy has recognized that, or at least he did recognize that Mines is out of logic. Because he went straight for the rock monster.
Right. Gregnack. What is this Gregnack you speak of? I know you're talking about Stardust, but what is Gregnack? Oh, Galaxy Quest, okay. Desert Rock Monster, I see. Five hull missiles. You know what's really funny after they get bombs, or whatever it is Stardust have? They still need plasma and phazon suit.
Yeah, true. The sea is not close to being over. This is a genuinely cursed start to the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Stardust got the instant morph there. Congratulations, Stardust.
Yeah. And I think one of our runners did not grab the training chamber access artifact, so they will have to go back for that all the way at the end of the sea.
That would be Elias.
Yeah.
They need phazon suit because they need phazon suit for final bosses. It's really arbitrary and kind of dumb, but it is what it is.
I mean, technically phazon suit does... Speaking of phazon suit...
Oh. I can feel the gears turning in Ulysses' head. Don't go in here!
No, don't do it! The seed is exhausting to commentate over. Because we constantly have to be thinking, don't do it! Don't do it, you'll ruin it! Even though they can't hear us, we need to do it anyway. And Remy is finally finishing his rock monster.
Alright, here we go.
Alright,
I'm
is our
excited
speed just
for this.
cursed, or is it super cursed?
Bonk.
Best cutscene in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our bombs!
I made this.
You did.
Man, what a seed.
Yep. Certainly a way to start.
I've gotten so much mileage out of that emote. It is great.
To the people who tell us that luck is not a thing, and that any of this that we notice, Diggle exists, pay attention.
Caesar, I can't believe you would do this. It's completely justified, but I can't believe you would do this. So, Control Tower can be done now. Chapel of the Elders can be done now. There's really not all that many checks in Phendrana that require bombs.
Yeah, but there's a ton elsewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Which is why it's even more cursed to have bombs on Thardis.
Yep.
Because they're so far away where you'd use them.
Yep. Elias heading out, and I think he has realized that there is only one option.
It is to curse Diggle violently and with great vigor. Hey, here's a check you can do now. Yeah, that'll be... Okay, Prime just happened there, and Remy fell. Yeah, Plasma Chapel would be really bad for Remy. Oh, nice. Never mind. I was about to say nice hard jump, but, oops.
Yeah. He tried.
An attempt was made. Oh, right, it's Monitor Station. Alright, Remy did a Control Tower fight by mistake, so now this room is terrible. There are no convenient puffers to dash off of.
Yep. You can dash off the pirates if you're desperate.
Lucky. Missile fired. Well. Where do you even go from here? I would probably go back to Chozo, actually, because you have a lot you can do there now. Whoop.
Yep.
Oh, Elias is back in Talon. Oh, yeah, he's very lost. Ooh.
Oh, no. Maybe he's thinking, maybe he's thinking something over in Frigate. Maybe the...
Plasma and Flagra, it could happen.
It could. There is... We have not yet hit the limit of this seed's cursed potential.
Hey, we still need X-ray, too. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Oh
and
man,
boost,
this
and there's still boost ball in play and grapple beam. There is still plenty of, although boost ball and grapple beam are not strictly necessary to finish the seed. I don't think.
artifact on PCA anti-slice is yep. Oh, Remy got bullied by Justin.
There are. We need to assemble like a database or like a document somewhere of all the enemy names. Because there's Edward and Labs. I know there's Jack and Jill in Impact Crater.
Those Metroids in Impact Crater have so many names. I called them Shaquille O'Neal and some other names I forget all of a sudden, but they have a lot of names.
But they are universally hated.
Yep. Elias is climbing Frigga Crash site. There's like 5 different ways to climb this room, which is hilarious, given that this is meant to be a one-way room.
Yep.
Supposed to just drop down from the ice door, but oops. Also, this is out of logic.
Yeah, and he won't even be able to proceed much further because you do need to have bombs to get further into the Chozo elevator. Because I believe this takes you to the save station.
Yep. Oh yeah, this does take you to save station.
Elias is unfortunately not having a good day.
No, not at all. Oh, Remy. Oh wow, I've never even thought to do that. Wow.
6 now, I guess.
Oh wow, they're about the high five.
Yep.
This isn't a soft lock all-up. It's just very unfortunate. Oh, he left. Okay. High five!
Yep. A very unfortunate high five. Hopefully Elias has realized. Hopefully Elias has realized that Rock Monster is the play at this point.
Mm-hmm. I don't actually know what the trigger is for the Talon Overworld music change. Yeah.
I think it's actually dependent upon the entrance.
Oh, that'll do it.
Depends on which elevator you come from.
So welcome to Chozo Depths. I'm glad you have your bombs. Enjoy your stay.
Yep. So, where do you think Plasma is going to be?
I really want to be on Flogger. I know it can be on Ghosts now because we know where our supers are. But I can dream of Flagra.
Yep. Worth noting that, unlike other bombable stuff, you cannot do Flogger with just power bombs. You can damage Flogger with power bombs, but you cannot get to Flogger without regular bombs, as the block that prevents you from getting in the normal way through Arboretum is actually not able to be power bombed. And
I forgot about that.
If you go up Tower of Light, you can't gain any height on the destructible blocks.
Right. We can get Remy's 80 tanks. Yeah, this is... I mean, they've been playing for an hour at this point, so it's not... it is fine. Oh. Okay, this is fine, right. Elias has a gravity suit. But yeah, this is like 8 E-tanks is reasonable for the amount of checks Remy has done. It is an artifact. Wow. What even is helmet opacity, though?
I think it's the HUD elements of the helmet.
Shh, I know. I'm being weirder. Stop.
Got it.
Not here. Plasma couldn't be here because logic required. I'm glad this is the first seed of the tournament. Elias is back in Chozo because he's very desperate and doesn't want to do Thardus. He might think it's non-logic without bombs as one thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think so. It looked like missiles to me. Well, Remy is going for it, so maybe I just can't tell with my resolution. It looked like it glowed, which is Plasma doesn't. Dumb trick is dumb.
Yeah.
This is deceptively stupid, honestly, getting into that slot. It was missiles. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that trick can be very finicky, especially the bomb jump at the end if you don't have Spider Ball.
Oh yeah, that of course. But even just getting into the standable spot above the furnace itself, that's very finicky.
This might be one of the latest Zoids I've ever seen.
I had a seat recently where I didn't bother fighting Zoid at all.
Yep, normally
usually you would just go fight Zoid because, hey, bombs are usually pretty early.
Yep.
Oops. No. Remy didn't have bombs until now, or boosts, to theoretically do the boost thing to get out.
Yep. And point of no... Void is pretty much the textbook definition of a point of no return item, so...
Elias... Elias...
Can we get an F for Elias in chat?
Wow, this is what a start to your tournament.
I know exactly what he's feeling right now. I remember one of my first weeklies, I was in the exact same situation where I just forgot the check was in logic, and therefore I scoured the entire map looking for one item. I know exactly what he's feeling right now.
Yeah. This. And that's what Elias was gonna try, but no. The PB cover has said no.
Yep.
That looked like a pretty decent Zoid. RNG boss extraordinaire. Hard to tell though without music.
Yep.
So what curse seeds do you hope to see in the future, Robo Scout? What nonsense do you want?
My favorite is always just mines early with low E-tanks. Make runners afraid of every single pirate.
I see Kirito. Okay.
bit harder with random elevators, but you can always get some. Just head through frigate early, just give him gravity suit, have bombs and biohazard, and boom, you've got a recipe for a curse seed.
Yep. But you know what else Flogger could have? X-ray.
X-ray, yep. X-ray could also be on ghosts.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Yep. This is some solid content.
Mm-hmm. Chances are, though, Mines does have more things since they finally have bombs to safely explore it.
Yep.
We must feel like Remy must have done like 2/3 of the checks by this point.
Yeah, he's basically only just got mines left, I think.
Yeah.
That and Flagra.
In terms of open checks, yeah. I feel like, if I were in Remy's shoes, seeing the way the seed is gone, I would have done the very illogical thing and done Flagra, like, because it's just one check, like,
there's also
it's not likely to have things. Yeah, that is true, actually. I mean, then again, it's just Hat, because they don't... Front is an artifact, Biohazard Containment is inaccessible, or can't be gotten. That can be checked, I guess, because there's a little seam on the side you can see through. And then there's Hat, which is in logic. Oh, right! Ruined Gallery is a check, Oh, God.
All of it.
Oh, man, that's right.
Oh, boy, that's
a check I forget when, sometimes when I have bombs early, let alone when I have bombs an hour into the seed.
Oh, no. This is certainly a start. It's a good thing this isn't one of those races where we have another race 2 hours afterwards.
Yep.
I got a feeling this is going to be a more than a 2-hour seed.
Yeah. Oh, Remy's showing off part of a very nice climb for FCS climb.
He tried.
Almost, just sort of, either he might have gotten shot over the route he was trying to land on, or just missed entirely.
Yep. Looks like Remy's gonna be heading through Frigate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, makes sense. There's an artifact there, and it's on the way to mines.
Yeah.
Although he still does not have boost ball, so that means he will not be able to check life curve at the end without a annoying bar skip.
On both sides.
And he won't be able to head through Elite Research when he eventually does get to mines, assuming he doesn't find it along the way.
He can always go from the front side up to Elite Research, and then get boost ball on phase on Elite.
Yep.
Elias is doing it! He's doing the thing!
Hey! He finally figured the seed out!
He's not gonna be happy.
Oh no, absolutely not.
So the nice thing about, if you have bombs for this fight, you can, when Thardas rolls, you can lay the 3 bombs, and that'll instantly break the rock covering. I mean, it's like a super generous and lenient hitbox. Like, you can lay the bombs pretty far away from Thardas and still have them destroy the cover. Oh, they don't have bombs.
Oh.
Oh, no. If you had plasma, you can use plasma, one fully charged plasma shot, and a single missile breaks either a covering or the rock itself. Oh, they don't have that either. I made this.
You did.
This room sucks, by the way. Freight lift is just a bully.
Yep, Freightless. Obnoxious.
Yeah, I recently incorporated 2 slope jumps to try and get through this room vaguely a little faster. And sometimes the game just denies me because I jump into something or get booped by a tentacle.
Yep.
Spankweed, underwater spankweed. Spankweed of the sea. Alright. I wonder if Fermi knows about the biohazard peak.
Yeah, it's not something you think about too often, as mostly just trying to avoid biohazard like the plague.
Yep.
Doesn't look like he does.
This room they're in Kurito. This room is biohazard containment, and there's a super tank here on the side. Or not the side, just in one, like, roughly where that panel was they did Remy shot. You're not supposed to be able to see in it, but the collision isn't quite perfect, because yeah, there's a little seam on the side you can peek through to maybe see the item. It could be X-ray and biohazard would be awful, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, because they're going to need to go find plasma somewhere, then head back to Finderon to grab supers, and then head back to biohazard, all without a single hint. Also, is it just me or is Remy's stream really dark?
No, it's really dark. This room sucks sometimes. You just don't get your bomb jumps off.
Yeah.
Oh,
I noticed
God.
in future Prime games, they would often put, if there's ever like really precise bomb jumps like this, they will often put like markers in the environment of where you're supposed to put the bombs.
Just missiles. Remy did not peak biohazard containment, unfortunately. Did Elias want to do that? Maybe? I don't know. Well, we have a race again. Elias does... Oh, Remy's about to find Phazon Suit, though, so that's not too big of a lead.
Yeah.
This seat is bad, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. The seat is bad.
Bad.
Yeah, Remy really hasn't found all that much. I suspect that it's all in the terrible locations Remy didn't check, or Rune Gallery, or it's most likely in mines, whatever the next step is.
I mean, the artifacts distribution seems to really like mines.
Mm-hmm. OP and PCA are not locked by supers. There are a couple checks in mines, MQB, that require supers, and I think that's the only check in mines that requires supers.
Yeah, MQB.
Yeah, that's the only one.
And it happens to be all the way at the bottom.
God, if supers end up being required when no artifacts require them, that would be incredible.
Although worth noting that I don't think MQB can have anything interesting at this point, because it can't have X-ray because you need X-ray to get across the invisible platforms to get there. It can't have plasma because of plasma doors. Can't be boost ball because that's a point of no return. I don't think it considers OP. Can't be grapple beam because you need those to get there. So
you know what? You forgot though. It could be flamethrower.
True, it could be flamethrower.
Yeah, logically it could only be Phazon Suit, and oops. We already found that.
Yeah. So, thankfully, MQB is not something our runners need to worry about right now.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to explain Flamethrower at some point, and I guess we'll do that once we see the item.
Rest assured, it's the most valuable achievement in this game of getting Flamethrower.
I thought Remy was about to miss that, but you can make it over. You can do that dash NSJ, if you just don't turn while doing it. Impossible, but improbable. Which clip is this? I remember seeing this happen. Oh, it was a vanilla Phazon Suit. That's right. Video games.
And that clip, it was Elias.
Immediately followed by supers and PCA. Nice. Remy, yeah, it's... I don't know. I'm not. I would at the very least check security access, but elite research is pretty awkward if you don't have boosts and don't find it.
Yeah.
Which, of course, that'll have something, I'm sure, the seed.
Of course.
Elias might turn this around if he goes there and finds something.
Yeah. There are a few checks that Remy has not gone to.
Video games indeed, Super Rose. Video games indeed. I don't know how much you saw of this seed, but guess where bombs were? Also keep in mind that I made this seed. Thardis. Thardis had bombs. Yeah, Remy just probably doesn't want to go in there, risk finding nothing, and then having to walk out.
Yeah.
What was that?
Doesn't look like it's important, but he did get the peek at it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he has a power bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing. So we made occasional references to nothing items in the weekly settings, or rather, so certain items are removed from the pools, like the other 6 artifacts and charge beam, since you start with that item, and technically the artifacts too, I guess. But they aren't, and on this version, these 2.0 version of the Rando, they aren't automatically replaced with missiles like they were in previous versions. They were replaced by nothing items. And in the weekly setting, you still see these nothing items. They look like glitched out suit models. And very occasionally, they look exactly like Phazon's suit. But yeah. In tournament settings, they're replaced by missiles. Oh yeah, that's right. Remy does not want to go into vent shaft right now without bomb or booster X-ray. Oh
yeah.
no, it might actually be elite research. Oh no, it might actually be Flagra.
Your cruelty knows no limits, Diggle. And now Elias will be able to see. Will Remy be having a very bad day?
Now, Flagra is your call, but also it could actually be happening. I think this might actually be the last check before Flagra.
This could be an all bosses seed.
Oh my god. Starting the turn. Oh god.
Why, Diggle? Why?
Please have something.
Aww.
Oh god, I'm dying.
You know those movies where, like, after the main villain wins, he just laughs himself to death? This is Diggle right now.
Oh no.
Worth noting that I don't think anyone has checked plasma processing, so that's also an option.
No boost.
Oh yeah,
No
no boost. True. There's also technically grapple required for that, but that's less of an issue for runners.
Like, if they had boost, vanilla plasma could be a thing. Unfortunately, they don't. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. We do have Spider Ball. That was in Lower Watery Hall. Right, right. And just like has the correction, point of no return items are not allowed. So yeah.
Yeah, and even though it's technically possible for runners to escape lower mines by going and fighting OP, that's just not
they don't
accounted
have
for.
X-ray.
Yeah, they don't have to. But if they theoretically could, that's still not accounted for in logic.
Mm-hmm. And Elias, I'm going to check hat.
Yeah.
He might choose to go through frigate here. I think that's actually the correct play, going through reverse frigate.
Yeah, because it would just let him grab an artifact right here.
Yeah, and gets him closest to here. Deciding. There we go.
Yep.
He figured it out.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the best way to get a chosen, which I think is the only place where checks remain.
There's a few in Fendron. There's still Chapel of the Elders.
True. And Control Tower, which Elias was trying to get a look at, and I didn't see it. I don't know if he did either. Mop, it isn't a soft lock if you hate yourself. True, Control Tower does require plasma. There's also Ruined Gallery that they haven't checked.
Yep.
And so yeah, there are a couple of checks still before it's actually literally flogger or bust.
But at this point, you might just want to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And worth noting that they can't actually go in through flogger reverse. They will have to go in through the vanilla way. So they can't just do a nice little routing trip of going to check Ruined Gallery and then reverse flogger.
Yeah, true. True. That would actually be really nice right now.
Yeah. Because one of the things that is changed in the randomizer is that
Recently.
yeah, very recently, it was fixed so that you can actually do reverse flogger. Previously, it would spawn the ghosts first,
The problem...
and
Oh, go ahead.
and basically things would glitch out. It was recently changed so that flogger will take priority no matter which direction you're going through, and then you can just go and activate ghosts.
Yeah, it's not that thing would glitch out, because that is fixable. The problem is that if you activated both layers, the game would crash.
Yeah.
Because you could activate both layers at once if you did something very weird. I don't care about the clean water at this point. There's nothing in the water for them. They just need the item Flagra has. I think you do have to hit the ghost trigger. I think what they specifically did was make it so that that trigger isn't active until you fight Flagra, or until you kill Flagra.
Yeah.
Elias is not peak biohazard.
Oh no. Still room for fun times.
There's always room for fun times in a Diggle Seed.
Yep. It boggles my mind that we are still not close to dump with this seed.
Yeah, they still need at least 2 items. Possibly more. Oh no, they're gonna hate me, Mop. They're gonna hate me.
Yeah. I think if this keeps up, I think banning Flogger and Thardus is going to become a recurring theme in gentlemen's agreements. It's like, normally I don't ban Flogger, but when Diggle's genning the seed, that's a big risk.
Remy is climbing ore processing without doing the things. That said, I don't know what his goal is. Maybe he's trying to get back to Fendrana?
Yeah. I can see that. There's also quite a few little odds and ends checks that are hidden by items like Plasma Beam and Boost Ball throughout the game, so...
yeah, the only... Boost doesn't lock so much if you know your tricks, which both of these runners seem to.
Yeah.
And not even those if you really hate yourself. Like, Boost realistically, for most runners, locks just Plasma Processing and Life Growth, the 3 checks in Life Growth. If you know your tricks and hate yourself, you can
There's also
not
Lower
require
Mind.
Boost. And Lower Minds, but also that falls into the same clause, I think.
Yeah.
And also X-Ray kind of covers that, maybe. I don't know. The point is...
I feel like there's a lot of items that you can say, if you know your tricks and you hate yourself, you can skip them.
Yeah.
But the different issue is, are they practical to do in a race?
Vent shaft. Vent shaft RTA, but 5 times. Remy!
Oh no!
So, the ditch.
You know how we said, you know how we were talking about if you know your tricks and you hate yourself? Yeah, Remy just did that.
So, vent shaft is one of the most notorious soft locks here, because you can technically get out through a wall crawl, which I guess isn't terrible as far as prime wall crawls goes. But the only person I ever saw do it was learning wall crawling like for the first time. Shout out to Uncle Reggie, who accidentally fell into the ditch and had to wall crawl to get out.
I do think there are a few other methods of getting out. Like I think you can do
there's a dash you can do by luring a pyro to the ice door Remy just went through, and then there's the bomb jump.
Yep. The 21% bomb jump.
Mm-hmm. If you can get out, if it's not a soft lock. Fair. Just will Remy want to even bother? The wall crawl is probably the easiest.
It looks like Remy's just... What is Remy's plan here? Because he knows he can't get out on the other end without X-ray, and he doesn't have
that's
flame.
sort of... reset.
Oh, that's...
Fair enough.
That's his plan.
He saved in main quarry. Not PB's captain. PB, singular. Yeah, he was probably gambling on X-ray being in those 2 checks.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it with this seed.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Elias is making these miscellaneous checks that Remy already made. He's not going to find anything.
Fun fact, for those who are not aware, internally, this room is called Chozo Bowling.
I did not know that.
Yup. It's even the music, Chozo Bowling theme. If you ever take a look in the files of Prime, which I would definitely recommend if you run Randomizer, some of the room names are a treat.
Reminder, Spankweed is the internal name of the tentacle enemies in like front of Flagra and in underwater. It might just be the planned ones, actually.
Yeah. I think Dynamo has a really weird name internally as well.
Excuse me. Jeez. Blast caps have a good internal name. Chubweed? Okay then. Chubweed, alrighty. Elias about to hit RNG boss extraordinaire Zoid Incinerator Zoid drone. There we go. It's got that nickname because one of the lead engineers for this game, Anthony Zoid Kirsch, Zoid being his nickname for reasons unknown, designed a lot of the RNG parts of this game, or the 2 notorious RNG parts, Zoid and Maze, Powerbomb Maze. Any% runners love this fight, especially when they always get bad Zoids on a really good split they're comparing against. AKA me. Time difference between this fight is plus or minus 35 seconds from worst to best. Yeah. What do we have for locations left? Ruined Gallery, Flagra. As far as in logic checks, Life Grove is not in logic without boost, unless they found boost and we weren't looking. Chapel of the Elders. So yeah, those are the checks.
Do you think there's also... I don't think anyone's checked Great Tree Chamber.
It's not in logic yet without X-ray, but it's not... like.
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, it's free enough if they wanted to go out of the way for it, but it's not great if you don't have boost to check, if you can't check life probe as well.
But at this point, I would trust nothing. Big X-ray,
exactly.
definitely worth checking it.
I think that's like the only obvious check if they get X-ray.
Yeah.
Off of logger or something really irritating like that.
Hey, you know how 2.2.2, one of the issues was that seeds were really choso weighted?
Yeah, not this seed.
Yeah, not this seed. This might be one of the most late game weighted seeds I've ever seen.
But yeah, that might be true. But man, if Plasma is there.
Yup.
God, if Plasma is in Ruined Gallery, I don't know what I would do. I would probably be very happy though. Because that's normally a very early game check.
Yeah, and like, that's not really that cursed, it's just both our runners forgot to check it.
No, they didn't even forget to check it. They were never there.
I think they've been in early. They've been passing through.
No, they can't. They couldn't get it without bombs till now.
Yeah, true, but like, both of them have been in Chozo since getting bombs.
This is the first time Elias has been back in this area with bombs. He's checking Flogger first.
Yeah.
He hasn't obviously forgotten yet. He just might be waiting a bit. I think Remy forgot, but I don't blame Remy for forgetting because it's such a group check.
It's one you do so often in the early game that it's very easy to forget about it.
And sometimes you forget about it in the early game, anyways.
Yep. Because Ruined Nursery, I believe, is the other bomb check right next to it. You can check without. You can see within there without being in there.
Eos is just hoping this isn't an all bosses seed. I hope it is. Or that Ghost has something.
Honestly, statistically, it might be.
There's like a 33... It's more than 33% chance because there's like...
And keep in mind that...
This could be X-Ray too.
And also, Grapple Beam is logically required even if the runners don't need it. So, the odds are high that something is here.
I would be so happy if this was required.
Looks like Elias also has the fixed Flogger music.
Oh yeah, so when on the original GameCube release of this music, somebody, the composer made a mistake and I guess muted the certain tracks on their audio file. So you don't get like that sort of it's literally just not there. The composer sent it on, not realizing the mistake he made, and the developers didn't know they were missing something. And so Trilogy has the fixed music. And you can, and the patcher has an option if you include a Trilogy ISO, you can just drop that in, and it'll take the fixed Flogger music.
Yeah. It makes the many cutscenes of Flogger more exciting to watch.
I don't know. I kind of like the broken version personally.
It's certainly atmospheric, but
yeah, what Aaron said, which I will not say on stream because SpeedGaming. Oh, remidemmi is about to do it too.
Yep.
I can't tell what that is. You could peek through the roots there.
Yep. In case you wanted a 5-second peek into your misery. And it's just an E-tank.
Yeah, Ghost could still be a thing. It isn't in logic without Super, so Ghost would have to be exactly X-Ray. I wonder if... It's not hard to get to, oh god. I mean, Elias can easily do it because he just rolls down with Spider Ball, but will he? Ghost could be boost, but What do you need boost for at this point?
Could be elite research.
Because you need plasma and supers, and therefore plasma to get here. I don't think boost can really lock anything at that point. I guess boost could lock X-ray.
Could lock grapple too, logically.
Oh, save time and Ridley. Yeah, that's also a pretty good point.
It could also save time for life growth. It could allow life growth access, so.
For vanilla X-ray.
Yep. Dang, these runners are thrilled they signed up for the tournament right now.
Supers are locked in Ice Runes East, behind the ice, which you need plasma to break, so yeah. So plasma couldn't be in Life Grove as a result. Because there's too many checks, because you already need supers to get here, and therefore boost can't be here, and therefore plasma couldn't be in Life Grove.
Are you sure this isn't just 100%?
It might be at this point. Who knows? You know, what if plasma's just an MQA?
Isn't there an artifact there?
There is. Excellent.
But yeah, plasma and MQA is a fun one. I call it troll spot because there are.
Yeah, that's like the single rudest spot for plasma to be in because you just don't want to go there without plasma because it's you turn around if you don't find plasma. Nice shot.
Yep.
Logically speaking, this is an all bosses seed.
Yep.
Wow.
Start running, Diggle. Start running. I assure you, it normally isn't this bad. Even Diggle seeds aren't this bad. This is above and beyond for Diggle.
I mean, the ghost item could be hard required. Elias did check Magma Pool, yeah. And he's remembering Ruined Gallery, thank God.
Yep. That's one way to use a power bomb.
It does break both of them, so I guess it's a little faster, actually.
I guess if you have an excessive amount of power bombs, why not?
Yeah.
And here's the moment of truth.
Oh God, Remy is not going to be happy.
And here's our validator.
So, Flamethrower. It's not a good item. It's actually the worst item in this game. It doesn't unlock any checks. Only Supers does that for charge combos. But even as like a combat tool, it's bad. It eats a ton of missiles, and it does a ton of damage to be fair, but it just has such terrible range. And it uses so many missiles.
You already have plasma. I feel like that's
that's the other problem. You also just have plasma, which is the best beam anyways.
Yeah. Like, if there's an enemy you really... Or like, if there's like a plasma pirate around, and you want to kill it a half a second faster, and have 30 missiles to spare, sure, go ahead. But it's just a waste most of the time. Like, at least there's an argument to be made for using Wavebuster on Wave Pirates, but... And at least, like, Wavebuster homes in on enemies. Like, Plasma Beam, like, you have to be, like, right there up in front of them. Although, there is actually one legit use case for Flamethrower.
Just one. And it involves not having supers.
Yeah. For whatever reason, the power phase of Metroid Prime Exoskeleton is able to be damaged by flamethrower.
So if you don't have supers and missiles to spare. Remy's going back for flamethrower. I mean, Remy doesn't know that it's flamethrower. Remy's gonna be...
That's some top quality trolling by this seed.
It really is, though. Okay, Remy is not going back for flamethrower? They might think it's faster to go through the other side? Wow, though. Wow. Vault was missiles. We've known for a while. Sorry, Mop. I better generate a faster seed for the next race, because the race after that is in 2 hours.
Yep.
If I was ever to generate a good seed, now is the time. Unfortunately, I think I'm just cursed to generate only bad seeds, no matter what. For myself, for anybody else. Like, Link generates good seeds, but only for himself. When he generates seeds for other people, it's terrible. Bash just generates bad seeds as well, but not quite as bad as this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about... Yeah, no, the Echo seed, Finale seed was actually pretty okay. And I made that too.
I always find it hilarious when runners are looking forever for a beam and then they get the beam combo version instead.
Yep. Especially in this seed.
Yup. We are still going 1 hour and 46 minutes into the seed. They are still cleaning up checks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is the first seed of the Prime tournament, so no, there haven't been worse seeds in this one, but also, it's gonna be really hard to top this.
Diggle, you're gonna have to step up your game if you want to get one worse than this.
That is correct, Frostbite.
Honestly, I feel like Zeke generates some decent, or a lot of good seeds. It feels like whenever I see him, he's like saying like, "Here's a crazy jet seed that someone like the pros could like get like sub hour on." I feel like he posts a lot of those. Then again, I think he just does a lot of seeds. He also posts some cursed ones too. He might be the rare runner that generates good seeds.
Oh, I guess Elias never got this item. It's really funny. For as long as Elias was looking for bombs and not checking Tharvis, he's still in this very easily.
If anything, I'd say he's ahead right now.
Yeah, he's definitely closer to the check.
Yeah.
The one check in the seats right now.
Remy is probably beating himself up so much for not checking Chapel of the Elders earlier.
Yeah.
He probably could have been done like a half hour ago if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, would he though? He would still, no matter what, he still needs another item.
Yeah.
He might still need both items if it's like Boost Ball, which would be the most insulting. Well, X-Ray. No, X-Ray would be the most insulting item because it unlocks one check.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of other races, we do have another two coming up on SpeedGaming. Let's see. Hey, check the schedule there. SpeedGaming 2 will be hosting both of the races, so yeah.
If anything, I feel like it would be worse to find Boost right now, because with Boost, you have to make a decision to go to Life Grove or go to Elite Research.
Yeah.
With X-Ray, you at least know where it is.
Or Plasma Processing, but I guess that's kind of on the way to Elite Research, the way they would be going.
Yeah. I'd honestly rather see X-Ray right now than Boost.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what's the Upper Findrunner Shorelines item? Did we ever see that?
I think it's just a missile. Probably,
yeah. Most likely. I mean, that's more than half the items in the seed.
Yeah.
Alright. Elias doesn't know, and he couldn't see it there.
It's locked behind supers anyway, which means it's locked behind plasma, so...
Yeah, but it could be X-ray, maybe. It could theoretically be X-ray.
Yep. It looks like do some checks. Remy is actually closer to checking the out at this point, so he seems to have mostly taken back the lead.
Mm-hmm. As much as a 10-second lead is in a rando. Taking the side strip to check lower Fiery Shores, or upper Fiery Shore, lower Warrior Shrine. Yeah.
The fact that this seed is this close after this much time is kind of incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And we have our plasma.
One more item for go mode.
And it could be a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just got supers with it too. Could be in Hydra, could be in the tree root.
Oh, God.
Remy is absolutely going to beat himself up for not checking this.
So the scene is pretty bad.
Yeah.
In before X-ray and Biohazard, no. In before Boost and Biohazard, and X-ray is in like Life Grove Tunnel. No, not Life Grove Tunnel. Like the last item in Life Grove, of course.
At that point, I think Diggle just loses his mod status on the server. That's your punishment. Remy collecting it during the cutscene.
Yep. I'm trying to think. Why did Elias immediately go out the other elevator and when he got bombs?
I think he did. He just immediately went back to Chozo.
True, Mop, true. That's actually a good point, yeah. No, so then what you would really want then is... Well, what I would really want, I should say, is... I would want X-Ray to be in, like, Elite Research. No, even that's pretty close. Plasma Processing would actually be the worst location for X-Ray at that point. Okay, so Elias did not make the same sort of... did not just forget and walk right by it like Remy did. And yeah, there's supers. Yay. Oh yeah, Elder Chamber is in Logic. Oh.
And after all this time, our runners still only have 2 artifacts.
They're all locked behind Plasma.
And X-Ray. We are still not done.
Mm-hmm. Man. All those bad seeds are killing Diggle, maybe. Supers.
Yeah. Looks like Elias is heading over to Hydra for his first supers check.
Fair enough.
Yeah. At this point, I think the seed is just really going to come down to where X-Ray ends up being.
Yeah. Definitely.
Because the supers checks are very spread out throughout the game.
Yep. Yeah, this might... God, the thing... Main Plaza Tree has been passed by so many times, but no one has ever been able to look at it in any way, because you need X-Ray to look at it, and the collision is tight on that, so you can't peek it either. These seeds are the one true way to convey Diggle's wrath. Yeah. What Rekisa said.
Yep.
I want required boost to be in supers. Yeah. Or even if they don't, actually, if they don't find boost, that's also really funny because then they have to do boostless Ridley.
Yep. No matter what, it's still coming.
So I'll take them. I'll take non-required boost.
There's also storage cave, I believe is what it is, at the very end of Arphendrana. That's in logic now. Because previously that was plasma locked.
Yeah, this really is the best introduction to Prime Rando.
Or worst.
Yeah, that's why I said best.
Yep. Sometimes those words get confused in this community.
I don't know, I think it's pretty obvious. Huh? Oh, Remy's finally gonna be checking Root Cave. Oh, but the only thing.
And we have our X-ray!
Disgusting!
Absolutely disgusting. Jiggles
So
is a work of art.
So the only thing that could have been here anyways, where Remy is going, is Boost Ball, because you need X-Ray to get up these invisible platforms logically. Please, Remy. I know you don't need X-Ray for this. Remy, you can shoot the platform. Pull out your power and shoot. Supers were in Ice Ruins West and behind the ice.
I don't think there's gonna be a
East.
winner in this seed. At this point, there is only losers.
I'm the winner.
Like, yeah. If a seed goes past 2 hours, both runners forfeit and declare the seed generator the winner.
So yeah, I think at this point, this is Elias's race to lose, since remidemmi is going the wrong way from X-Ray.
Yep. It really just came down to who, whichever one found X-Ray first.
I bet Remy's gonna find Boost Ball here soon, because that's just the way the seed works.
Yep, and then
Remy did
head
pick up
off to Micro.
supers. Remy did pick up supers, for the tracker probably just ate an input.
No, it says he's got supers for me. And we've got Boost Ball.
Of course. Of course.
Remember, we're waiting for both runners to finish.
One might forfeit. At this point, the other runner will finish as soon as a winner is declared.
Yeah.
God, they walked by that tree so many times!
Yep.
Let's
see, what do we...
What a disgusting seed.
Absolutely disgusting. I can think of porn games more safe for work than this seed.
Oh no. Yes, Tallow, I made this.
Was there ever any question that this was a Diggle seed?
I don't know if Remy actually got Flamethrower. Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah, because both of them checked gallery.
Okay, I looked away when that happened.
I would hope so. That would be a catastrophic routing mistake.
Also, supers still aren't marked because the SpeedGaming bot sometimes drops inputs.
No, supers are marked for me.
What? No, they're not. Oh, I'm looking at Waybuster. Oh, I'm Diggle.
Worth noting that Elias will actually not have to do maze in this seed because he's probably just going to be going out the other end, which is a rare mercy on this seed.
This seed might be over by the 2 hour and 40-minute mark.
Yeah, I'd say probably like 220. Depends on if Remy decides to forfeit or not.
No, that I don't think you get out of lower mines and do boostless Ridley without in 30 minutes here. Yeah, the boostless Ridley it sends the fight by like 3 minutes. Yeah, Remy should have checked Chapel. This race should have been over a lot sooner.
Yeah,
to be honest, but
that was a big mistake.
Yeah. So Rando? What? Yeah, Ridley is literally minutes slower without a boost. Oh, Elias is lining up for the frame perfect maze skip.
I don't think he even needs to do maze. He can just powerbomb his way through.
He doesn't want to risk the crash on the firing squad.
Yeah, true, but you just if you don't want to do
Wow, look at this jerk of a maze. Wow.
Zero mercy from this seed.
This is not the seed. This is mazes are determined chosen when you load this room. This is the game being rude.
But yeah, if you want to not have to do maze and avoid the firing squad crash, you just have to not kill the cloak drone at all. Just ignore it.
Yeah, and even then, firing squad doesn't crash unless you fire like supers into it. But also, I don't know. If you went the right way, Captain, it might have been a mid or high 20s square maze. Unfortunately, that hey, speaking of Wavebuster.
Oh boy! Remy finally filling out the scoreboard. Wait, never mind, he still doesn't have X-ray.
I mean, close to it.
Yep. He's gonna have to by the time he gets to the end.
Oh yeah,
no. To the end.
Yeah.
I imagine at this phase, both of the runners are just periodically checking the SRL to see if the other has finished at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, this race demonstrates an invaluable thing about, the thing about Randomizer, the cool thing. You can know your movement tech, you can have a 59 and any percent, but you can forget one check and lose.
Yep. Anything can change in Randomizer. Mm-hmm. If you asked me an hour ago,
hey, bar skip.
Hey.
All right, Elias has to do this because there's an artifact up here. Because I do this regularly when I have Spider Ball to not do this terrible trick. Trick might not actually be terrible. I just might be terrible. But yeah, this is what you would do for any percent because you don't have Spider. When you don't have Spider.
You can just use 2 powerbomb and then just walk on top of the Spider Ball rail, though. Oh wait, never mind. If you need to, or if you need to, you can get up to it from the artifact, from the item platform.
Yeah, you would do a dash off a mushroom below you.
Or you don't even need to do the mushroom. You can dash off the item after jumping to the items platform without touching it. But
I mean, if you need to pick up the item, that doesn't help.
Yeah, very true though. So if you're in the situation where it's an artifact here, you're gonna be having fun.
Just have Spider Ball. Oh, geez, Elias is out of power bombs. Oh, that's not good for lower mines.
Yeah, lower mines loves power bombs. Honestly, I'd probably head back to main Dynamo and just farm some there because they're guaranteed drops.
Yeah, at least 2 are guaranteed there, and I've gotten a 3rd. I'm not sure if that's also guaranteed.
They're pretty likely. Yeah, Elias is going to have to spend some time farming for power bombs down here.
Mm-hmm. Does he get the power bomb? I don't think Elias remembers that he needs the power bomb here.
Yeah. He's gonna run into face on mining tunnel and be very disappointed. Oh, nope. He just checked.
Oof. This is how Remy wins. Like Elias farming for power bombs for 20 minutes.
That would be unfortunate.
It would be. I don't. That's extremely unlikely, especially if Elias just goes back to Central Dynamo.
Yeah.
I would probably just go back to Central Dynamo. It's not that far away.
Yeah.
And I have, like, if I had to do MQA again, I might consider. Wait, no, I've already left MQA. Well, no, wait, this is MQA up here.
Yeah.
The point is, yeah, I would probably just go back to Central Dynamo at this point, especially if I have 0 power bombs. So
Yeah.
I ideally want at least 2 for ideally I would have 2 for OP, but in this case, yeah, I would just go for the yeah. So in this case, I would go for the refill.
Even
The
when we're in
guaranteed.
go mode, this siege shows no mercy.
To be fair, oh, there's a power
Yep.
bomb. Wow!
Wow. That is the nicest thing I have seen all afternoon.
Yep. Wow. Rip stored deep away, aka vanilla flamethrower. They did not. Remy didn't have plasma. It was impossible.
And of course, one of the Metroid drops a power bomb now.
Well, Elias has enough for OP.
Yep. That being said, you don't always, depending on the method some runners use, you don't always need power bombs. I mean, they might be faster in some situations, but I don't think every runner uses them.
Yeah, that's fair. Because so OP, there's a couple different ways to get a 1 cycle on him. The least requirement method is to have just like plasma beam. You can do 6 somewhat tight plasma shots, and you can just 1 cycle that way. The way any percent does it, or most any percent runners do it, is use 4 charged plasma shots, lay a power bomb at the last pool, and boost away, or just roll away really to and pull up X-ray. Also, you want a power bomb for trooper skip, I should say, because when you break the panels or armor, yeah, the armor, OP falls over. Summons help, but he can use a power bomb to cancel that. So ideally, you have at least 2 for the fight. If you're really adventurous and have a ton of power bombs, you can use 3 or you can use power bombs to only power bombs to damage OP. But you're relying a lot on drops then.
Yeah, because lower mines is a big power bomb drain.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you need to use one to get some Metroids off of you, and by some, I mean like 5 Metroids. This is kind of finicky, but if you just move forward after jumping, and just a little bit like what Elias just did, it's not terrible. Yeah. It's finicky until you realize exactly what the geometry is, and then it's pretty free. Remy should know.
Yeah, he's made all the checks down here. He should know.
He might think that MQA is a place where X-ray can be. It can.
Yeah. Oh,
I think
maybe
Remy
he's...
knowingly.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Maybe Remy. I think Remy knowingly went down here and gambled on finding X-ray, knowing that he would soft lock if he didn't, because he made a save in a main quarry save station, which is a weird place to save usually if you don't need the refill. So I think Remy knowingly did that. But then he didn't check. So he didn't check. The thing is, he didn't check. What's at the time? MQA. So I thought it looks like he knew, but maybe he's just desperate. Maybe Remy doesn't remember which room processing access is.
Yeah, maybe. That or his brain is just turned off at this point.
Fair enough. It does interslace is the thing. It does. You need X-ray to get across to the place where you make the check. And for the one platform that's there already. It's probably what Aaron Explosive said. Yeah, because any percent run is just sort of do a dash and clear the entire room in one go. I hear there is, but I heard the game crashes, prone to crashing if you do that. And Elias showing off the plasma, at least the plasma method of killing OP here. Oh no, Elias missed the first shot. That's problems. It looks like Elias is going to get the 2-cycle. I mean, Elias has all suits and 6E tanks. He should be fine. Oh, right! I forgot! The other thing you can do with OP is fire supers at it. 2 missiles and 3 supers kills OP.
Oh, too late.
And Remy just coming out of MQA, yeah. Yeah, this is very much Elias' races to lose.
Yeah. Unless he screws up majorly, he did not very much.
Yeah, again, Elias' race to lose.
Yeah.
That single plasma shot would have been enough to finish off OP there, Elias. But whatever, it's fine. The moment. I wonder what Elias is thinking right now. I wonder if he thinks he's about to lose. He's just waiting for that dot done to show up. Little does he know, the seed is terrible. Oh, no, that's incorrect. He knows the seed is terrible. Little does he know, Remy went the very wrong way. Probably not. Because to Elias, there's just like supers checks. Does Elias have all the artifacts? That looks like it was only 5. Oh, right, next room. Yep. So, no, he doesn't have all the artifacts is the answer. There we go.
Yeah, often we mix together PCA and OP.
Yep. Because they are effectively the same, or one check, but yeah. Well, that's the video game. Thanks for playing.
Yep. We are we finally have all 6 artifacts after all this time.
Oh wow. So actually, yeah. If Elias had boost ball, he could finish with like a 235, most likely, at the very worst. Without it, it probably is going to come close to 240. What a start to this tournament.
Yep, this setting a worrying trend.
It's only one race. I could generate a really free seed next race.
You could, theoretically.
Are you saying I won't? Because you're right.
Yep.
Hey, speaking French with the raid, welcome to garbage.
Yep.
This seed was not random elevators area. This seed was just bad.
Yeah. Honestly, even if yeah, this feels like a seed that was manually designed for suffering.
No, if I really hand placed the items, there would be a required item on Sun Chamber Ghost instead of Grapple.
True.
But then again, maybe I did it intentionally so that it didn't look just maximally suffering instead of just mostly suffering. If I made a plan, though, I would not be making these garbage seeds because I get tired of playing garbage all the time.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens. That's the real charm of Diggle seeds. They just happen.
Yep. We should implement a Diggle mode that guarantees a cursed seed.
Seed quality slider. Good seed, jet seed, good seed, okay, bad, Diggle.
Or just replace bad with bash seed. And then bash seed
Yep.
Diggle seed.
Yeah, that's true, right? Well, we're gonna see PCA, and it's gonna be 5 missiles because there's nothing there.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, it's nothing.
Yep. Look at that, it's 5 missiles. Who could have seen this coming?
Well, no, certainly not us.
Bonk. Lava Border has some choice words for Remy. Mostly, you shall not pass, apparently.
Sure. And it looks like Remy is finally heading in the correct direction to end the seed.
X-Ray was in Research Lab Hydra.
Yep.
Alright, so, Ridley. This is a fight. So first phase is easy, or this is easy enough. You shoot Ridley like 5 times with charged plasma, the end. What would normally what then happens is Ridley has his flyby phase where he just sort of goes around and flies everywhere. He lands in partway through that phase, and he can boost into him, and boost does 50k damage to frame to vulnerable enemies, which Ridley flyby phase happens to be. There is one problem with this, of course, and that Elias doesn't have boost.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get the intended Ridley experience here.
The intended, long, drawn-out Ridley fight. Because just when you thought the seed had mercy,
It
No.
didn't. Four more minutes of content. This is not the 4 minutes of content we want.
Yep.
This is the 4 minutes of content you do not want to see.
Nor is it the 4 minutes of content you deserve, it's just bad.
No, Tyler. Remy still has to go through lower mines for Omega Pirate.
Yeah. He is basically in the same situation now that Elias was 20 minutes ago.
Like, Elias would have to die, like, at least twice for Remy to catch up. And that's not happening with 9 E-tanks in all suits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice missiles here. You should get to listen to the really good Metroid music.
Yep. If nothing else, that is the one small mercy this seat has for us. Small mercy.
This song's so good. Like, wow. Like, I know I listen to it every seed basically, except for the ones I don't bother finishing. But like this track is so good. There was like one more check outside of Fendrana though was the thing. At that point when they got grappled, there was Ruined Gallery, which ended up being the validator. Oh, wave. Fair enough. Fair enough. That said, they needed bombs still when they had wave, when they picked up wave, and they continue to need bombs for like another 40 minutes. Yeah, Remy's about to find the horrible truth. If he had just gone the other way once he picked up supers. I mean, you needed to get around in lower mines, technically. Not that anyone in the tournament, well, not that many people in the tournament will need to grapple for that, but you do technically need grapple to get through lower mines.
Logically, you need it.
Yeah.
Although at this thing, I think the only item that we never ended up seeing was MQB.
Yeah, no, I don't think either runner actually checked that item. Maybe Elias. I mean, maybe Elias did and we just weren't looking.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, it's obviously not like he grabbed it.
Oh, remidemmi realizing that he never checked control tower. Or didn't actually finish checking it. Yeah, that is correct, Ma, but it also like was technologically required for getting through certain areas. Oh, MQB was an E-tank? Okay. Anyways, thank you, Bird Lasers, for stopping that misery of a fight.
Yep. So that would mean this was theoretically a 100% seed.
Mm-hmm.
Every single item was checked.
Well, all progression seed.
Or technically between
boost.
both runners.
Actually, not boost. Or yeah, between both runners, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to Phase Core. Elias will be showing off a nice little climb you can do here. Get a little slope jump off that wall. It's just barely slanted. And you can climb up this standable collision. By the way, we never said this, but if it's prime, so if it looks like you can stand on it, you almost definitely can. And it looks like you shouldn't be able to stand on it, you can sometimes do it anyways.
Yeah, just check. It looks like he's just gonna use a power bomb so he doesn't have to deal with Jack and Jill.
Fair. Those are terrible. They will just knock you down.
I have had some atrocious experiences with them, so I don't really blame him for that.
Mm-hmm.
They also respawn, so that's only temporary retrieve from a power bomb.
But if you really hate yourself, you can use those Metroids. Trick one, the respawn Metroid specifically. You can trick it into coming into the room before EXO, and get it to sort of hover in place. And you can then get that Metroid to clip you out of bounds and skip EXO. Also, Remy just got X-Ray. My condolences, Remy. So, EXO. We're finally here somehow.
Yep. A good hour after we should have.
Out of bounds is allowed in this Alphys, yes.
Yes.
You probably won't see anybody do exo skip because it's really stupid.
Yeah.
But
I think there's less than 10 people who can do it, and
they're all the any percent runners that aren't in this tournament.
Yeah, I think Weakest Link has mentioned he's looking into doing it.
Yeah,
but Weakest Link is not the majority of runners.
Yeah, infinite speed. It's not allowed because there's certain differences between there's differences in how many places you can do IS on console and emulator. It's all just kind of bad content because you just sit in a corner for 50 seconds and roll up.
Yeah.
Anyway, so EXO only ever weak to one beam at a time. Subchamber 1. There's 4 subchambers, technically 5, but the 5th one is Essence, and that's a different fight entirely.
Yeah.
First subchamber, power and wave are the weaknesses. Subchamber 2 is that and ice. Subchamber 3 is all beams, and then subchamber 4 is a mess, and I hate it. Nice ice spreader shot. Yeah. Supers are really nice to have for this fight because power is pretty slow. Wave is the worst beam unless you have Wave Buster, and even then that consumes a lot of missiles. In terms of DPS.
Yeah.
Oh, good start. Getting Plasma is a good start. Ideally in Subchamber 3 you'll get Strong Beam, Weak Beam, so either Strong Beams being Plasma or Ice, and Weak Beams being Power and Wave, though Power is a lot better with Supers.
Yeah.
You can get, when EXO charges like that, you can get snipes because while the face is closed and it looks like you shouldn't be able to shoot it, you still can, you just can't lock on. And as EXO turns around, you can get a shot off with a bit of timing. If you know your stuff, you can do an AI manipulation by hanging out really close to EXO. And that'll make EXO do only claw attacks. And he can dodge the claws and continue shooting EXO right there, and it makes the fight go a lot smoother. In Subchamber 4, EXO can just switch between beam combos whenever it wants, except when you're too close to it and making it do the claw attack. So you can get EXO to hover on one beam for Subchamber 4, and that's incredibly valuable.
Yeah. Also worth noting that those giant homing balls that EXO fires, despite unlike everything else in the fight, they are not beam specific. You can just kill them with a single missile.
Yep.
Or any beam. I know a lot of people mix up and thought they were beam specific as well.
Ah. Ice Bird is okay against that, so it's actually faster to use Ice Beam, but Ice Beam can be hard to hit. I mean, if you do the AI manipulation, Ice Beam is much, much easier to hit.
Yeah. Ice Bird does, fun fact, Metroid Prime is actually a Metroid, and because of that, it has a, 1.5 times weakness to ice damage, so, because of that, and that's the reason that Ice Beam is as good in this fight as it is, and Ice Bird just does a ton of damage.
Yeah, Ice Bird does instantly skip the phase.
Yup. And then on the turnaround, you can also skip the next phase too. It's really good.
Yep, that's the nice thing because just skipping wave is really good.
Yeah, basically everything except wave is good.
So good thing Elias has all visors for Essence, which is really nice because Essence is a terrible boss. Only visible to one visor at a time. But you can still shoot Essence without the being able to see it. You just can't lock on, and that makes the phase on beam really wonky. Also, this is what you need phase on suit for. If you don't have phase on suit, you cannot damage Essence.
And behold, the very exciting strategy to manipulate the AI of Essence. You stand still and do nothing.
Yeah. It makes Essence lay a pool in one of 4 good spots because that Essence corpse is, the Exo corpse has an invisible trigger around it, and if Essence is in there when it's time to lay a pool, it'll get a pool laid, and you'll have a pool skip on your hands. Oh yeah, and there's no music because the music starts at a certain point in the cutscene. And yeah, skipping the cutscene skips the music start. And so what Elias is doing there are attack cancels. Essence only has a certain number of attacks per pool. So you can... Ooh, that's awkward. Oh, the power bomb did not connect.
Yeah, although it doesn't look like he is doing the strat where you walk in out of the pool at the same time.
That's for the third fight cycle. Yeah. So... attack cancels, you just attack it as it attacks, and you skip the attack, and you do enough of those, in essence, to just go straight to pool. In the third pool, you would see some runners do what Robo was talking about for the attack cancels, and by walking out of the pool as you fire your shot, you don't actually consume phazon. It's weird.
Yeah. It requires a lot of some finesse, though, like, I personally can't do it, but I know a lot of other runners can,
Yeah.
so...
That's really
Attack cancel is the really big thing, mostly just because it lets you do something for most of the fight.
Yeah.
Can you tell that we don't like Essence?
Terrible fight.
Like, the giant... It's the final boss of the game, the big climax, and you do nothing.
G. Elias.
Yeah, only 230.
Wow. Yeah. Nice. Remy might not have seen or is opting to finish. Unfortunately, Remy does not have usable audio, so we will not be hearing anything. And hey, Elias. I made this.
Finally over.
I think I finally understand what it means to play a Diggle Seed.
Oh, I'm sorry. A little.
I feel as if that was possibly the worst seed I've ever played in my life.
Hey, it could be worse. Sun Chamber Ghost could have had a required item.
Yeah.
Instead of just grapple. Instead, it's just the logical all bosses seed.
Yeah. Wow. What a seed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to know. Hang on. Did he? Okay. Where's Boost? Remy has Boost. Where
Main
is it? Where is it?
plaza tree.
Of course. I got supers too late. I never got a chance to go back.
Yeah, Remy, you were actually pretty close for a while there. Even though you took forever to go to Thardis, you were actually surprisingly close for a long time, even after that. Because you ended up going the right ways, whereas Remy didn't.
Mm. Yeah,
and the race came down to
Mhm.
you going into Research Lab Hydra immediately after picking up supers, where Remy didn't.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty close for most of the race then. Yeah, leading up to Thardis, I was just racking my brain. I was just like, I know I skipped Thardis, but the chances are low. Oh, but wait, it gave me thermal visor, it gave me wave. I was thinking of frigate the whole time I was having those items, just like, well, but it doesn't give me gravity. And then it gave me gravity, and so I was freaking out even more. But I think that was out of logic. So yeah, I was.
Yeah, you don't actually need bombs for Thardis. Logically speaking,
I remembered that, and then I was just like, I need to go back to Thardis, and lo and behold. Well, I'm glad it was close for most of the race.
Yeah,
It was good content.
it was fun to watch. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it was fun to watch. Oh boy.
I think between both of you, this actually ended up being 100%. You guys checked every single item.
I don't doubt that for a second. Where did he find Wavebuster? I don't know if I ever found that.
On a life growth.
Oh, because he had boost. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Wow.
And just so you know, Diggle is generating every single seed in this tournament.
Except for my own races, of course.
Which is being generated by Bash, who is only slightly better.
I don't actually know what Bash's prime seeds are like, but
I was practicing up for this tournament, and I was getting like 2 hours plus on every practicing, and I was just like, all right, I'm sure the tournament seeds won't be this bad.
oops.
And then it was worse.
Yeah,
so,
this is
fun logic, this tournament.
Quite a way to start things off.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What a way to, if I was any sleepy before this, I'm definitely not now. just due to the sheer rage I experienced most of that.
And this is where Diggle needs to start running.
You know, if he were an armor each, no, I'm just kidding. That's
very
good.
good
Man,
we
Remy
don't
found a
know
lot
what
of
to
energy
say.
tanks too. Missiles.
I mean, you did check most of the seed, and
Yeah,
Remy
I
even
did
more
pass a lot
so.
of stuff up. Yeah. I was worried because during my little bombless exploration there was just little checks that I couldn't do along the way, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to go back through all of this and go check, and then
Mhm.
plasma location worked out, which was close to supers, and then fortunately Hydra had what I needed, and I didn't have to like risk maze or something like that.
Mhm.
Or
Really,
to look for boost.
where X-ray ended up being. That was really what decided the seed.
Yeah, down to the last progression. But
Looks like Remy's still going. If
he's on his way.
Yeah. Got the last artifact finally. It's just final bosses.
Power to him. This is one of those seeds where you either rage quit halfway through, or no matter what, you finish this and see it through to the end out of spite.
Mhm.
It would seem that he's choosing the latter.
Yeah.
Oh,
How frequently were you just checking the SRL chat by the end to see if Remy had done?
I was checking it like as soon as I had the Thardis idea, I was just like, all right, he either found bombs and went to Thardis like immediately, but I didn't know Remy's like rando experience, so I didn't know like really how he thought through logic based on looking at VODs, and I didn't know. So pretty much at that point, like the entire race, I was just looking over. Well, it's still not there. I'll type .done and get ready, but get ready to hit that forfeit button. And then I got to Ridley and he still wasn't finished. And I got to Impact Ridley. I was like, you know what? All right, I'm finishing no matter what. And yeah, it was very, very frequently for most of that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
Oh, boy.
GG for sure.
Thank you. I was worried the entire time.
I think Diggle's the real winner of this seed.
Yeah, we all lose here except Diggle, really.
I
He
mean,
really
Chit Chat
became
also
tournament
wins.
organizer just so he could have an excuse to generate every seed of the tournament.
Why did we allow this to happen? We're smarter than this.
Those watching also win? Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Also, someone pointed out we've got some nice full circle content between this year's tournament and last year's tournament. In last year's tournament, the very last race, Thardis was required. In this seed, Thardis was required.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the Ouroboros of Metroid Prime randomizer seeds.
and the artifact locations as well, like the one being in Sunken Frigate, I was just like, okay. I had to like try to remember what the Chozo room was because it was one of those. Oh, nice. And then all of them in Lower Mines, I was just like, well, I'm going to be artifactless for most of this run. And sure enough. So, fun times for everyone except me and Remy.
Yeah.
Yep. Remy approaching Ridley finally.
Let's hope you just used up all the cursedness for the tourney.
I hope so. I mean, there's still like last tournament, I got Vanilla Phazon twice, and I still feel like both of those combined were not as bad as playing this seed.
I mean, if there's 14 races per round and there's 5 rounds, there's still like 70 or 69 more seats to go. Or races.
69
No,
more
wait, it's
seats.
68.
Nice.
Via Prom Gunner already raced.
Oh, I was excited there. And then it wasn't. Sometimes.
At least we've gotten the worst out of the way. Hopefully. Hopefully.
I mean, it can always be worse.
Later, Dirk and Super Bros would like to have a word with you.
Oh boy. The cursed seeds aren't going anywhere, people.
Boost. And that's what Boost does to Ridley. If Ridley's HP wasn't capped, Ridley would be dead.
Yeah, I'm glad someone was able to showcase that.
To think how many times would you have walked by main plaza tree in this seed?
a lot. In every single one of them, I never had X-ray or supers.
Yep.
Those were the last two things I got.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I sure do hate Ridley's charging loops.
Yep.
Yep. They're all terrible. All the charges.
Hey, at least someone got Trilogy Randomizer working, so theoretically you can play with fixed Ridley.
Sure, that sounds like loads of fun.
I mean, they did restore original GameCube physics, so slightly more fun.
Ah,
That's good. Good stuff.
indeed.
At least my in-game time was sub 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That massive Pendrano reset.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah. Alton Naruto's been working on it and has gotten pretty far in it. There's a public release of it in the Randomizer Discord. Speaking of which, you should, if you are interested in Randomizer tournament or Randomizer for Prime 1 or 2, that Discord will get you set up. And also, there's a Trilogy Randomizer that is being worked on actively, publicly released. So if you want to get in on that action, there's a link. Also, follow the runners. They're both cool peeps.
I was about to say before you ask about corruption, no, corruption rando doesn't is not currently a thing and will not be a thing. But unfortunately, chat already beat me to it.
I wish that somehow it could happen so that the Trilogy Rando could be a thing where you could just take a copy of Trilogy, randomize like each game, and then just have like entire Trilogy races.
That would be cool.
You just race through each game to the end of corruption.
God.
Like
12-hour races.
Items in one game can be in the other.
Oh, that would be
Save and exit between all.
disgusting.
You're right. Oh man, maybe one day there will be someone who wants to work on Corruption Rando.
And you could even randomize between them because it's all on the same disc.
Yeah.
Corruption, the problem with corruption is it's not like the technical things. People have gotten a lot of the technical aspects figured out. It's just the structure of the game doesn't really work with randomizer.
I think you can make it work, but that's
It would not be as versatile as these two for sure.
Yeah.
Even I don't know. I think you'd have to do a lot for sure, but I think you could break the game enough on under the hood.
There's also the fact that corruption just has a lot less tricks than the other two.
Yeah. I think that Diggle's volunteering to make the logic for corruption rando.
Probably. But there's just not the person with the technical knowledge that wants to make the randomizer corruption rando right now.
Also, Remit using some solid wave buster against Prime.
Oh yeah, this is the AI manipulation I was talking about, is jumping around the claw like this. Yep.
All the stuff I didn't do.
Hey, you won.
out of panic and hatred.
But yeah, if you want to have discussions about corruption rando, don't worry, they happen every week.
They really do, though.
Honestly, we just need to like pin something in the social channel, ask about corruption rando and why it currently isn't a thing, and probably won't be a thing unless you're very dedicated.
Yeah.
I wonder if Remy's gonna get a meme thrower this XO.
I mean, at this point, yeah, why not?
I tell you, when I popped in to get flamethrower, at that point I didn't feel anger anymore towards what I was finding. I found that where it was, and I was just like, you know what? This actually feels nice. I actually do feel validated.
that was a fantastic moment. Everyone was just. We've been talking about Ruin Gallery for pretty much the entire seed.
Yeah.
And then when we eventually come in, and it's flamethrower. That was great.
It's so good. Yeah, Captain got a good clip of it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to save this clip. I'm gonna have to watch this whole thing and just watch how everyone reacts to my suffering for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Ironically, my first match of the tournament last year ended up being like, I think, longer than this. It was me versus THK one of the other TOs, and we were both like super rusty on logic and just like he knew a bunch of tricks. I didn't know a bunch of tricks, but I knew some logic. He didn't know as much logic, and it just took forever. It was a bad seed. Boost ball was required, and it was the bottom of frigate. Like,
Wasn't that the seed where both X-ray and boost ball were in frigate, or is that a different one?
I don't remember where X-ray was. I just remember boost ball and being very upset about it. But yeah, I guess the first rounds of both tournaments are destined to be long for me. Another clip. Evil laughter.
Subchamber 4 is being a bully, as usual. Redundant sentence, I know, but I feel it must be said. Oh my god, chill.
Oof. Well, he chilled.
I think this is the longest seed I have ever seen in a race.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't been part of this community last long. This is basically just including the weeklies and all one races of the tournament
Wasn't
so
the
far.
previous longest seed you've ever seen also generated by me?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. That tracks.
People say luck isn't real. I counter with Diggle.
Grapple swing at OP. Oh god.
Diggle, do you play Dungeons and Dragons by chance?
I do.
Do you roll natural ones almost all the time?
I roll a lot of nat 1s and 20s.
Interesting.
Oh god, I need to get my friend Andrew to start generating seeds. That man is blessed with RNG. In case we need some good content for this, in case we need 30-minute seeds, I'll ask him.
Just please don't get him to do any more of my races.
I remember one session he had a 50% crit rate.
Oh, good god.
Wow. That's incredible, both that it happened and that someone tracked it.
I mean, if you roll enough crits,
we start tracking it when he rolls that many crits.
Yeah. Pool skip. Oh, that's...
Ouch.
Yeah.
Diggle, run. Remy's coming for you.
Remy just finished in the SRL. I'm gonna have to ask Remy about their prior experience with Rando, because they clearly know their Rando specific tricks.
Should we mark him as done so he gets the invite, or should we wait until he actually finishes in real time?
We'll give it a little bit so he doesn't snipe the end of his own race, I guess.
No time traveling.
Oh, he should be done here.
Yeah, he's crushing this last pool.
And that is the GG for Remy. Finishing with an official SRL time of 2:47.43.
Disgusting.
I made this.
You did.
So much so that he just flat out just zeroed his timer. Didn't even want to look at it.
Hopefully we'll get him in here for the interview because I wanna hear the anger.
You would.
The timer has just been removed from the screen. Doesn't exist anymore.
Hi, Remy.
Hello.
So, that seed. How was it?
Tickle, run!
I don't like that seed. I
Same.
don't like. Okay, in
Same.
general, I don't like if I have to go do mines because it means I have to find one extra item. You know, X-ray, which otherwise I don't need. And this seed had everything in mines. And then I don't like having to fight Thardas either, which is why I like to put it off, even though I knew I should have done it immediately. Like I knew, the second I went up there, I realized I had thermal, I have spider ball. The seed wants me to fight Thardas. Thardas is definitely gonna have bombs, and I decided no, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna do the other 15 checks I can do instead of spending like 10 minutes fighting this stupid boss without bombs. But yeah, and then decided to do every check first, other than the one that actually had X-ray in the end.
Yeah, you were surprisingly close for a long time. Elias put off Artis for just as long as you, actually longer than you.
Yeah, wait, actually, pretty significantly longer. But after that, the hunt for plasma just really
somehow you synced
out.
up right after Elias picked up bombs. Yeah.
I hated everything about this seed.
The race was really decided the moment you both picked up supers. Elias turned left into Research Lab Hydra immediately, and you went out of Fendrana, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought, okay, there's 3 checks in Fendrana. There's like 12 checks not in Fendrana. How big are the chances that it's here, you know? That it's not something I can pick up on the way. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And if I hadn't found anything on Hydra, I would have kept going up to the control towers because I was not able to check that because I was there without bombs.
Same actually. I just did it from the other direction. I went from control tower to Hydra, not the other way around. Because I eventually, after doing everything in Choser that I could do, and then doing everything in Mines I could do without X-ray, I went back to the elevator and then check Spirit, check control tower, and then lapped. Even checked this thing in Frigate as well with the super missile thing.
Oh yeah, I put off Frigate because I knew one artifact was there and that I needed bombs to get the one in the back, and then one was super locked. So like I logicked it out for a while and ended up going backwards through it at some point after I got the artifact. Oh
dang! I should have picked up one more missile, or one less. Both numbers would have been funny.
I never found Boost Ball.
It's in the tree in Main Plaza.
Yeah, I heard. I was not happy about that heading to the end of the game.
I wouldn't have cared if I just found X-ray first.
Yeah. Yeah. In the long run, I suppose it was a good thing, but boy, did I miss going fast.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind having an excuse to do bunny hops.
Right? So, Remy, how much randomizer have you done? You definitely know your randomizer tricks, specific tricks.
What randomizer specific tricks do you mean?
I don't know. I guess a lot of them are 100% stuff too. No?
Yeah.
So is this like one of your first randomizer races, or?
I haven't really raced it much. I did a lot of randomizer with the original randomizer version, which was very, very different because it didn't have logic.
Oh, yeah.
It was also just generally a lot harder.
Right.
So you had to do, like, generally you were lucky if the seat was beatable, and you had to do some pretty stupid stuff usually. But I've done a few of this, but usually I don't do them with the settings because I kind of know the game, so I don't need basically glitchless logic to play.
Right, of course.
So basically
these
turn on almost everything.
Settings are news for me as well.
Right.
Oh yeah, Rummy, how are you feeling about that whole chapel and how you kind of put that off for a while? Any strong feelings on that?
Well, my feelings are that I should have done Thardas when I thought the seat wants me to do Thardas, and then I would have done it the first time I got there, not walk up there, realize I can't look at it because I don't have bombs, and leave. I'm more upset that I decided to not do those 2 checks in Fendrana and then not being one of those. And after I checked literally everything else in the game first, I think I've actually checked every single item in the game in that randomizer. I'm pretty sure.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
No, I think I know. No, it doesn't feel. I'm pretty sure I did. I can't think of an item I didn't check at all.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty certain you got like 100% actually, just straight up.
Yeah.
I guess you probably didn't look at PMT, but that's kind of splitting hairs at that point.
Which one?
Phase on mining tunnel.
No, I did actually. I looked at what it is. Missile.
Oh,
I turned out, at that point I was curious. Like,
fair enough.
Yeah, so this is a fantastic way to start off the tournament. Good
It
job,
really is,
everyone.
though. It really is. In
I remember
40
we're going to
minutes.
be telling stories about this seed.
Yep. Speaking of tournament, in 40 minutes, hopefully, if we can actually speedrun setup percent, we will be having more races on Speed Gaming 2, 2 in a row, as a matter of fact. First up will be Super Bros and Dirk, and followed by, do I have the schedule up? Comzeek versus Migs. Those are going to be good races too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hope to see you there. I will also be commentating both of those races because self-loathing.
A day of Diggle.
And the desire to see his torture inflicted on everyone.
So,
That,
yeah.
and we need more commentators.
Yeah.
Seriously, people, sign up for comms. Otherwise, you don't need to complain when Pyro makes stupid jokes every week.
Oof. Anyways, you're commentating off on the next race. Anyways, I think we've said enough about this garbage seed. I'm really glad this tournament is finally underway.
Yep, it's good to have things started.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of prime coming up in the next few weeks.
Oof.
Yep. Follow the runners, by the way. I might have said that already, but I'm gonna say it again. Follow the runners.
I
They're
don't
cool
stream.
peeps.
I don't stream, so you don't have to follow me.
You have like 1,000 followers, don't you?
Yes, but I've also did speedruns back in 2013, and
Fair.
that those gathered up over time, and I haven't actually streamed it actively in probably 3 years or so.
Go follow me anyways.
Make him more confused!
Yeah. Follow my co-commentator. He's a cool peep. And follow the trackers, Sasquatch and Gollop, who made this go a lot smoother.
Yep.
Also follow Diggle.
You can do that if you want. Yes, I won't stop you.
Yes, serious props to the trackers. They come here every week and they're not very visible, but they help out a ton. It's a lot easier to focus on commentating when you don't have to constantly hit buttons every time or every check.
Yep.
I've done solo commentary tracking. It's not easy.
It is not, no.
I hope they got confused when I reset 3 times and lost a couple items.
I don't think you actually picked up any tracking items for the tracker when you reset. Except for maybe an artifact.
I picked up the artifact in Vent Shaft. And then
Yeah,
reset.
but I think that was the worst of it. Anyways,
Cool.
yeah, we've rambled on long enough. Hope to see you soon for the races on Speed Gaming 2.
Yep. What could possibly go wrong?
I'd be amazed if I generate a worse seed than this one immediately.
Genuinely, how? Anyway,
I believe
I've
Sun
been
Chamber
Robert
Ghost
Scout.
has literally a required item instead of technically required item. Anyways.
Oh yeah, grapple.
Yep.
Yeah, you know you're desperate when you're going back to fight Flagra.
Oh, yeah. Anyways. See you later, everybody, and have a nice afternoon.
Yep.
Adios.